Professor Cardenas says the bilingual journalism program is set to begin in the fall 2020 semester here at San Francisco State. Stay with State of Events as we continue to bring you new details on the new program. Now, just seeing your pool clean enough is not enough for you to know it is still clean. Now, one must be able to open up their filters and to know exactly just how much they need of chlorine into their pools. I'm standing here right outside the Creative Arts building right here on campus as students are on the way to class. As you see, many of them are bundled up in their sweaters, some even in warm boots to stay warm. But now, although the wardrobe is taking care for these students should also be aware of the risks that come with this cold weather being flu season. As you see here, I'm here standing on the ramp here in Daly City at the skate park. As you see, the ramp has been severely damaged due to the weather conditions within the past 5 months that it has been closed. Local residents here at Broadmoor say that this street is very dangerous at high speed. There is a clear indication, as you see here, as a stop sign says for the intersection. They say many cars are coming by here at a rapid speed without stopping. Close to 1 million people across the country have taken place in marches and protest gatherings to voice their opposition of the proposed plan. In his recent press conference, Governor Gavin Newsom addressed Californians as to when he plans to reopen California, and this includes businesses and schools going forward. He says right now we are not in a path to reopen just yet, but will be in the coming weeks. Protests erupted in France this month, which brought multiple industries to a standstill. The strikes began on December 5th over President Macron's new pension plan. Under this plan, it would merge from France's 42 different pension plans into one state. And under PPE, many see those acronyms right there, and it stands for Personal Protective Equipment that can happen and appear on any receipts, as you may see going forward, as they fall under the coronavirus needs and necessities to provide funds for these. It will be implied through your surcharge that is appearing on your receipts. Yeah, Graham, in the past year alone, we have seen nearly an increase of active arrests at the U.S.-Mexico border, record number of 342%. These arrests mainly consisting of migrant families and their children that have attempted to seek asylum here in the U.S. in the past year alone. It says despite the COVID-19 pandemic, they are seeing more than a 230% increase from any year to date. Still, the future of live sporting events with fans in the same facility still remains uncertain for the future. Emergency grant funds are now available to students facing financial hardship during the coronavirus pandemic, and this is all under the CARES Act, which has just been extended to the Cal State University systems, one of them being our very own San Francisco State. Students across CSU campuses over the weekend may have seen an email from their school administration saying they're recipients of an emergency grant. Others have seen these funds go straight into their accounts. This is no mistake, as the CARES program is providing relief for those under financial hardship due to the coronavirus pandemic. A busy day here on this Friday with look at this line right behind me right here. Many locals of the Coachella Valley, including myself, made their way to the Mary Pickford Theater where they held their first curbside pickup event. I spoke with manager Ted Hain, who shares just how this idea came to be at the request of their customers.
But during that process, we were getting a lot of phone calls. Are you open? Are you doing this? Man, I want some popcorn. It was a lot of those kind of requests, which sparked, what could we do to help? And we thought, well, what if we technically we have, food items that we could sell. And so we are in that gray area of essential. So we looked at, what could we do to, follow the guidelines, be safe, be able to provide a service that people clearly are asking for and are wanting.
100% of the profits made will be reverted back to the employees. Of course, employees coming back to work was no problem.
We had plenty of employees that were more than willing to volunteer because they're tired of being at home, but they also want to, obviously get paid and want to continue to help their fellow workers as well.
Hain also shares this event was not just about allowing his employees to return to work during the COVID-19 pandemic, but to give back to their community.
A small little comfort that you could have that maybe you haven't had in quite a while, a small little item that maybe could give you that momentary lapse and worry and concern and just give you a nice warm fuzzy for the evening.
Reporting Cathedral City, Jennifer Rios, State of Events.